Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I'm coming at you with my Code Talker budget version. We're not playing like Access Code Talker or some of the other more expensive link cards that you can play. The main deck did get a few reprints recently, so it really helped the deck out to become more budget. So we'll get right into it because I am going to actually show you guys a really cool combo at the end. So let's get right into this one. Starting off with one of the more important cards, Microcoder. So this card, if you're link summoning a Code Talker link monster, and this card is in your hand, you can use it and obviously like a monster on board to then link up into that monster. And then if you link summon with this card a Code Talker monster, you can add a Signet spell and trap from your deck to your hand. So that is really good effect. It's a level 1, so that'll come up with some card effects. And then we also play 2 Code Generator. This is also just a very important card for this deck, but it's not as needed at 3. You definitely can if you want to, but same kind of effect. You can use this to link summon a Code Talker monster and using this card from your hand as the link material. But then if this card is sent to the graveyard for a link summon, you can send a Cybers monster with 1200 or less attack from your deck to the graveyard. So there's a few really cool targets for that. And then probably the most important normal summon is going to be Lady Debug. That should seem fairly obvious because basically you normal summon this and you can add either one of these to your hand. You have almost a million targets for this card. Yeah, basically you just add, when it's normal or special summoned, you can add a level 3 or lower Cybers monster from your deck to your hand. Extremely important. And then another good normal summon, and you obviously use it in conjunction with Lady Debug, is Balancer Lord. Because when you normal summon this, you can just pay 1,000 life points, and then you gain an additional normal summon of a Cybers monster. And then actually also, if this card is banished, which I think there's a few cards that do that in this deck as well, you can special summon a level 4 or lower monster from your hand. So a couple really good effects for that one as well. And then moving on to Parallel Exceed, another really important card. Just again, gets you more extenders, because if you link summon, you can just special summon this card from your hand. And then if this card is special summoned off of basically that effect, you can then special summon another Parallel Exceed from your deck. So really good. You link summon and you instantly get 2 extenders basically on board for free. And then the rest of the cards are pretty much just one-ofs. Just kind of cards that are easily searchable, or you just don't need to see them in multiples, but it's nice to have them when needed. So I got like Clock Wyvern. If it's normal or special summoned, you can have this card's attack and then special summon a Clock token. So that again is just getting you another Cybers monster on board, basically for free. We also have Defcon Bird, and actually the attributes are a little important in this. You'll see it really in the combo that I do at the end. But these are all winds. You got dark, light, and then earth for Code Generator. But Defcon Bird, it's an extender. You just discard a Cybers monster and you can just special summon this from your hand. So that is very good. Sea Archiver, just again one of those. This is one of the targets that you can send off a Code Generator, because if you link summon to a zone that a link monster points to, you can special summon this from your graveyard or your hand. So either way, but it's a good card. Again, just for another extender to go into your link plays. We also are playing 1 Scriptron. He comes up actually a lot. He's level 5, so that is not that good. But you can easily get him on the board because you just banish a Cybers monster from your graveyard, and you can special summon him from your hand. And then if he's sent to the graveyard for the material of a link summon of a Cybers monster, which is your whole extra deck, you can target a banished monster and shuffle that into the deck. So pretty cool. And then we play 1 Cybers Gadget. He's a really good one to normal summon, but obviously not as much as your other normal summons. So, and he's again easily searchable, but basically you normal summon him, and you can just target a level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard and special summon in defense position. And then also, if this card is sent to the from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a gadget token. It's a Cyberse type. So again, just free extender off of that card. Very, very good. And then another light type we play, just Backup Secretary. Again, just a free extender. If you just control a Cyberse monster, you can just special summon this from your hand. Boot Staggered, just one again. When a Cyberse monster is normal summoned, you can special summon this from your hand. So you have a few that you can potentially be normal summoning, and then, you know, like Balancer Lord, you'll gain an additional normal summon, and then also we have another Signet Spell and Trap that'll gain us an additional normal summon. So this card becomes a little more easy to get out. And then when this card inflicts battle damage, you can special summon another Cyberse token. So pretty cool there. Armored Bitron, another Cyberse. You just tribute this card and special summon a Cyberse monster from your deck. You negate its effects, and then you can't special summon except for Cyberse monsters. Again, that's your whole extra deck is all Cyberse, so it does not matter. And then if a Link 3 or higher Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So it's a cool one that just kind of recurs back to the field. Really nice. And then we're also playing Formid Skipper. Just, again, one of this. You don't always need to see it. But during your main phase, you just reveal a Link monster in your extra deck. And if you do, when you Link summon, you can treat this card as Link material with the same name, type, and attribute as that revealed monster. So, again, it's mostly going to be Cyberse that we need anyway, so this just becomes a free extender. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 5 or higher Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. So we got a few targets with that. Boot Staggered and Scriptron are really nice. And then also Parallel Exceed are all really good targets to search off of that. And then we're also playing one Ibly. It's possible to easily make this. You know, you can summon it off of one of our Link cards, not off a gadget. He'll negate the effects, but which actually that doesn't really matter too much, because when you special summon this, then you're going to want to get it off the field. And when you get off the field, you can then special summon it to your opponent's field and lock them out of any special summoning except for Link summoning. And if you then are extra linking, which this deck does very well, they're not going to be able to do much. So that's just a cool little tech card. And again, it's another one you can send to the grave off of Code Generator very easily. And then we also play a Dotscaper. This is a really, really good card. Again, it's simply another one you can send off a generator. Most of the time you want it in your hand so that you can special summon it off of some of our Link cards that we play. But if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. If it's banished, you can special summon it. So really good there. So most of the time you're going to want to be getting onto the field and then linking it away, and then you'll be able to summon it back again for free. And again, just getting more Cyberse, and as level 1, it's just a really, really good card. And then we're also playing just a small Salamangreat engine. Just one Gazelle and one Spinny. Just easily, again, you're getting Cyberse monsters on the board for free, you know, with cards like this. So they're really nice to have. That is all the monsters. Quite a few, because it is just kind of a Link spam deck. And then on to the spells. Most important one, by far, the one you always want to see in all your opening hands, is Signet Codex. It's a continuous, and basically, if a Code Talker is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target that monster and add a Cyberse monster from your deck with the same attribute as that monster. So, say, just for an example, we summon out Code Talker. While this is on the field, it's a dark, so then you would add a dark Cyberse monster from your deck. And it's not once per turn, so, however many different attributes you're special summoning of Code Talker monsters, you'll be able to just add a free monster from your deck. Amazing card. Really, really good. And then another really important Cynet card is Cynet Mining. 3 of those again. It's just a free monster. You just send a card from your hand to the graveyard and add a level 4 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. Simple as that. Really nice to have. We play 1 Cynet Optimization. You only need 1 because this card is basically just gaining you an additional normal summon. And then it's easily searchable off of your micro coder. Your micro coder can easily search him. So it's a really good card to have, to gain that additional normal summon. Play 1 Cynet Backdoor. You definitely don't have to see it, but it's a cool little extender. It's a quick play. You just target a Cyberse you control, banish it, and then you'll add a Cyberse monster from your deck whose attack is lower than that monster's attack that you banished. And then during your next standby phase, you return that monster to the field, and it can attack directly. So that can sometimes be a pretty cool tech card. And then we play the Salamangreat engine. So 1 Salamangreat Circle to search either one that you need, and then a Salamangreat Sanctuary because we play Baylinks. And this can sometimes be cool. Mostly if you have Ibly on your opponent's field. A lot of times you're going to want to turn this into attack and then go to battle phase to try to get rid of this card. And then Salamangreat Sanctuary, with whatever card they're attacking, you would then lower that to 0 so that this card will not be destroyed from their field. So that's a cool way of just locking your opponent with that Ibly so they can't really do anything. So I like Sanctuary. And then since this card does search a lot and you want a lot of effects going off, 3 Called by the Grave I feel is super, super important. I know it's not too budget, but it's super important in a deck like this, especially for your Cynet Codex. And the final card in the deck is the Trap, Cynet Conflict. It's a counter trap when a spell or trap or monster effect is activated while you control a Code Talker, which you almost always will. You'll negate the activation and banish that card. And if you do, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects of cards with the same name as that one that was just banished. So it's a really, really good, just hard negate. Searchable again off a microcoder. So really nice card. And that's the main deck. I believe we stuck with 40, just to kind of keep that consistency up. And then for the extra deck, one of the more important, well, not more important, but it's one of the first ones you go into. So it's kind of nice to have 2 of it. It's the only one we play 2 of, but it's a dark. So this, if you have Codex and you make this, you'll be searching your microcoder, which is very important. Gains 500 attack for each monster it points to, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects while this points to a monster. So kind of cool there. Code Talker Inverted is your light target. So off a Codex, you'll be able to search a light monster, Cyberse monster. And if this card is Link Summon, you'll be able to special summon a Cyberse monster from your hand to a zone this card points to. Again, really nice extender. And one of the more important Code Talker monsters is Transcode Talker, because when while this card is co-linked, and its co-linked monster gains 500 attack, and your opponent cannot target either of them with card effects. But the main reason you're playing him is you can target a Link 3 or lower Cyberse monster in your graveyard, Cyberse Link monster in your graveyard, and special summon it to a zone he points to. So that will gain you, like if you go into Code Talker and then you have another monster, you can then take those 2, go into Transcode, and be able to special summon this back to get just a free, again, just free Cyberse monsters. Really nice. And then, and he's an Earth type as well, so that'll search some of your Earth Cyberse monsters. Xcode Talker, really, really nice again. He's a Wind, so he'll be searching mostly your Parallel Exceed, which is an amazing card. It also locks out a main monster zone on your opponent's field, which is kind of cool. And then we play a Power Code Talker. It's a Link 3 Fire. I don't think that even comes up, but it's mostly a battle phase kind of one. You can just target a face-up monster on the field, negate that target's effects, and then if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can tribute a monster this card points to, and this card's attack becomes double its original attack, so that's kind of cool. It'll become 4,600. And another kind of cool Code Talker, and he's a water, so you'll have a few targets for him. But Shooting Code Talker, at the start of the battle phase, you can activate this effect. This card can make attacks on your opponent's monsters up to the number of monsters this card points to. So usually it's going to be 2 plus 1. So he'll gain, be able to attack 3 monsters your opponent controls, and then you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters this card destroyed by battle. So if you destroy 3 monsters, you'll be able to draw 3 cards off of him. Really cool. And then for some of the Link ones, just the super easy ones to get out, one of the most important ones is Talkback Lancer. He just requires a level 2 or lower Cyberse monster. And you just tribute one other Cyberse monster and target Code Talker in your graveyard and special summon it to the zone this points to. So that'll get you back potentially some of these, high attack ones. Really cool card. Easy to get into as well. We have a lot of level 2 or lower Cyberse monsters. And then Link Disciple. This one just requires a level 4 or lower Cyberse monster. It again has that nice downward pointing arrow. Really good for extra linking. You just tribute a monster this card points to, and you can draw a card, and then you can place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. So it's cool for that. Usually, again, like I said, you're just using it to extra link. And then we play 2 Bay Links. Again, this is an easy one to just go into with just 1 monster or 1 token, but it just requires a level 4 or lower Cyberse monster, and then you'll hopefully be going through 2 or something like that, so you have 1 in the grave to protect him. Comes up, it's kind of cool. And probably one of the most important Link monsters we play that is not a Code Talker is Splash Mage. Absolutely amazing card. Just requires 2 Cyberse monsters, and you simply just target a Cyberse monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You negate its effects, but that doesn't really matter. Really, really good. And then a nice budget card that I'm playing is Protocol Gardna. I'm mostly playing it for the good zone arrows that it has, just a left and a right. But your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters this card points to for attacks. And then the first time this card will be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed, and you take no battle damage. So it's a cool little, protection card. And then we play an Update Jammer, because Update Jammer and Transcode Talker is a cool little OTK that you could do. So I wanted to keep that as an option for this to easily go first or second. And then probably the best going first card that you can make is a Trigate Wizard, an active one, so that you have all the arrows pointing to another arrowed card, co-linking it. Really nice card to have, just a free negate. But yeah, that is the deck, guys. Let me try to real quickly go into the combo that I'm going to show you. It's a 2-card combo, just requires Codex and a Lady Debug. That's all you need. I'll have the deck right here. This will be our grave. So start off, you activate Codex. You'll then normal summon Debug. Debug will search our code generator. You will use the code generator from hand and the Lady Debug to go into Code Talker. And then you'll have a couple effects going off here. You'll use Code Generator's effect and Signet Codex. So Signet Codex, because we just made a dark, we can add our microcoder, and then our code generator can then send our C archiver to the grave. And then from here, we'll use our microcoder and our code talker to link into our transcode talker. And again, we'll have a couple effects going off here, microcoder and then SINET codecs again. So we want to add, where is it? Dotscaper, and then microcoder will add our SINET optimization. And then now we'll have transcode talker summon back our code talker. And then since we summoned to a zone that a link monster points to, we can special summon our C archiver from the grave. And now we can take these two. You'll banish the C archiver and go into code talker inverted. Again, we'll have a really nice effect with SINET codecs. And then also you'll have code talker inverted to special summon Dotscaper from your hand. And we're adding a Cyburst gadget. Then we'll activate our SINET optimization to then gain an additional normal summon Cyburst gadget to then special summon microcoder. We will then right away take these two for Splash Mage. And since we linked with the Cyburst gadget, we can special summon a token. Splash Mage can then special summon our microcoder for free. And then from here, let's take our token and our Splash Mage and go into Xcode Talker. And again, we're going to get a really nice search off of SINET codecs for our parallel exceed. And then we're going to take, so this is in our hand, code talker inverted microcoder, link into Trigate Wizard. Since we just linked, we can special summon that parallel exceed and another one from the deck. This one is now level 4. And now we're going to take this guy, go into Baylinks. Baylinks, if you want to, you can add that Salamangreat Sanctuary. We'll just activate that so it's up there. And then let's take Transcode Talker and the Baylinks and link those into that Protocol Gardena for that really nice arrow. There's a lot of options you could do for this card because as you saw, we had that Transcode Talker, which was a 3, and then Baylinks, which was a 1, so you can go into a link 4. Okay, and then now we're going to link away Dotscaper into our Talkback Lancer. Dotscaper will special summon again because it was just sent to the grave. We'll use Talkback Lancer to tribute this, to then special summon Transcode Talker. And then we'll take that Dotscaper and go into another Baylinks. So there you have it. Just off of 2 cards that we play 3 of each, you have an extra link plus a Trigate Wizard. Really nice, really cool. You're protecting the Trigate Wizard from battle, and then you have protection for that puny little Baylinks with another Baylinks in the grave. So kind of cool. It's definitely very easy to do, and there's a lot of other avenues you could do with this. But yeah, hope you guys like it, and we'll catch you on the next one.